But Tigers and Dendy is where my heart is at. So that's what we're going to be casting. Is this a best of 3? I don't... Can anyone tell me if this is a best of 3? Best of 1. Okay, so we're still in the best of 1s. So we're going to update that. I can take out the 0-0 in my title then. And this is for ESL... what ESL event is this? ESL Birmingham. So coming to the UK, giving me the chance to meet my heroes. If I had a ticket. Which I don't, because I don't have the money. Okay, guys. I think that's everything. Should have successfully updated my title, so we're telling the truth in our title. And, okay, everyone. Welcome to this best of 1. I think we're in the round of 8 now in the SEA Open Qualifiers for ESL 1 Birmingham. Tigers versus Flower Gaming. Obviously, Tigers, they do have Dendy, the big star, the one we're all looking out for. As soon as the draft opens, they open with the Oracle. Oracle obviously did receive a few nerfs in the last patch, but they're more than willing to pick it up. Still, just the ability to save people and that Dispel is something they're really looking forward to. Flower Gaming go right for the Shadow Shaman Brewmaster. So, will we see a Brewmaster better than Ya's in the last game? And Sep Shadow Shaman looked powerful. I don't actually know much about Flower Gaming. I do recognize Mosin a bit. But we'll see how they do. This is the semi-final? Okay.
Radiant team ban.
Viper, okay.
Team ban.
This is this a Dendy Viper? Do you really want to take this hero that early? Viper, in case you don't remember, the nerfs he received was even less agility and nether toxin. They increased the cooldown on it, so you're not able to farm as much as you were last time. You're not as survivable. But I mean, Viper, he has been building as a right-click hero.
Dire team ban.
DDZ? Wait, Raven? But was he in this stack last time? I watched Tigers in the last qualifiers, and I can't remember Raven being part of them. Because Dendy's mid, Velo offlane. So is Raven playing in the 4 position now? Side of Tigers. Oh, Flower is DDZ. Oh, question mark is DDZ. Okay. Posek, thank you very much for the information. So let's actually have a look at these second stage bans. We jumped into draft a tiny bit late, so we haven't totally analysed it. The Morphling hero, totally untouched, something you don't want to let get through, especially if you're thinking about a Terrorblade. And I happen to know 458, he loves playing that Terrorblade. That might be the consideration of banning out the Morphling. Pangolier, something Flower Gaming don't want to let through, even after his nerfs. Yeah, there you go, Psychology. I was wondering who was missing. Yeah, Zephyr. Raven seems to have taken the place of Zephyr in this Tiger squad. I'm a bit curious about what is going on here. But I guess we'll find out in a second or two.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Bang.
So we will talk about that Bane pick in a second. I just have to type something. And I'll be right there with you.
10 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
Flower Gaming must add to
5
Twitter.
seconds remaining. Dire team
Lion.
I asked the chat and people said this was the game to switch over to. People are very interested about the performance of this Tigers team.
pick.
Okay. Sorry, I am back after that. And we're going to talk about this Bane pick. Bane, I mean, we saw him in the last game. Offers a lot of disable, a very strong hero. He's able to trade hits with that brain sap. Lance, permanent ban. Wait, Wraithong Lance has a permanent ban? Can you tell me where you found that out? So the Oracle definitely going to be played here in the 5 position by 1437, and this means Raven will be playing the Lion in the 4 position. I'm curious on October DDC and Lance by Arrow Gaming. Oh, he's the one from Arrow Gaming. Oh, holy shit! Oh, okay, Wraithong. This isn't a Valve event, so I guess Lance is able to play in it because this is non-DPC. So if he qualifies, it's fine because it's a non-DPC event. But Lance is one of the Arrow Gaming players. Oh my goodness! Heads up, Wraithong. That's a really good memory you have there. My chat giving us very important information for the cast. So this Razor, we talked about it in the draft of the last game. A hero who has been untouched, seems so powerful in that mid lane, especially against melee heroes. I'm curious though how he'll lane versus the Viper. You might think about sending this Razor to the safe lane.
Dire team ban.
So the offlaner for Tigers is revealed in this Doom. Doom, I don't think has a good time versus the Razor if this is a safe lane Razor. But I think they know that Viper's going to be in the mid lane, so they're fairly confident about the matchup for them.
10 seconds remaining.
Honestly, I don't know what's up with Zephyr. I will check the Tigers' Twitter, see if there's any sort of announcement about Zephyr. Nope, nothing on the Tigers' Twitter. I wish I could tell you guys where Zephyr is, because Zephyr, he's been playing very good for the side of Tigers. But I just don't know where he is. The thing I'm most curious about is this mid lane Razor favored versus the Viper? Because Viper, obviously, he just levels the Nether Toxin, pushes out the lane, and there's really not much the Razor can do to stop him farming. I mean, Viper was nerfed a bit, but the nerf, you know, it doesn't stop what he wants to be doing. They do ban out the Spectre, though. That Sonic 458 might be thinking about playing. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for the Terrorblade. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Versus the Brewmaster with the Wind Panda, the ability to dispel the Terrorblade illusions, I'm not sure that the Terrorblade is the best pickup here.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The side of Tigers taking a long time here, thinking about their last ban. However, they will make the pick of the ban kind of together to not give Flower Gaming a lot of time to be able to respond to what they're doing. But they do need a carry to... And they need some pushing power. So I think either the Terrorblade or Warlord. People are suggesting Troll. I haven't. Have I seen 458 play Troll? I'm not quite sure. We will find out, though. Anyway, time is ticking down here. They have to make up their mind fairly soon.
What? You
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
And it is the Terrorblade for 458. Everyone in the chat, feel free to tell me how good I am at casting. My Dota knowledge is impeccable. I mean, Viper did receive nerfs, but he still does what you want him to do. He can be tanky, offers all that magic damage. And, you know, he's still able to spam Nether Toxins. He'll build the Atos. Atos, the nerf wasn't massive. Force people to stand inside his magic damage. And, you know, if he's just doing magic damage, he doesn't care about getting linked up by the Razor. So I don't... This Razor pick, if it is mid lane versus the Viper, I'm not quite so sure about it. Geezer, thank you very much for being the only one to acknowledge my brilliance. I do appreciate it. Raven is playing 4 position, I'm pretty sure, for this team.
Choose your hero.
Whoa! That's a Slark pick. Flower Gaming, like... It's gonna be a nice safe lane, because Slark, he'll skill into the attribute shift with the help of the Bane. They'll be able to get a fair amount out of Velo. I mean, 458 is the hardest carry. Like, Terrorblade is the hardest carry. If he gets space to farm, if they're able to create that on the side of Tigers, he should be able to carry. But Flower, it looks like they want to hit about this 25-minute mark with Slark just be picking people off. But Slark into a Doom, as well as the Viper, it's not so great because Dendy can break his regen with the passive, stop him stealing attributes. Viper's not someone you want to man up against on the Slark versus the Viper. And if Dendy ever makes it to 25, that silence is backbreaking. So, I mean, honestly, I think Tigers are meant to win this. They are the better team in theory. Do you really think Razor beats Terrorblade that hard? Because I think once Terrorblade gets enough farm, even though if you link up the main Terrorblade, you end up dying to his illusions. The Brewmaster is good versus the Terrorblade. It has the Dispel for the illusions. We talked about that. But anyway, we'll be into this game in 5 seconds and we'll actually get to see how things are going to pan out. I mean, the major nerf about Viper was the Nether Toxin cooldown. I think that's really going to hurt Dendy's farming speed. Okay, free camera, W, and why did I exit the game? I meant to close the watch tab. Doesn't matter. Sorry about that. That's an amateur move. And we're back. Okay, so let's have a look at these lanes. Slark and Bane. Lance, the banned player, not allowed to participate in Valve tournaments. But luckily, this isn't a DPC tournament. Bosun, 2 mangoes. He doesn't have the ward, so are they baiting a bit here? Raven, he's successfully got out the ward. They'll have been checked. Checked Mouse, realize he doesn't have anything. Are they going to be able to get first blood? They do have 3 people here. Channeling the Fortune's End. Raven, he has that stun follow-up if he's able to get in range for it. He is. The Brain Sap already used. Bello levels actually into the level 1 in the Infernal Blade just to be able to get more damage. But, question mark on DDZ. Successfully stealing a bunch of damage from Velo, but a bit of a trade of things here in this mid lane. But this has forced Velo to take the level 1 Infernal Blade and sell it to Devour. That will set him back a tiny bit for his goal progression. But in bottom lane, we do have Barry sitting on this high ground. They've successfully zoned back 458. Looks like they exchanged some sort of hits with the Ether Shock. So it's going to be... Is it 2 for 2? Yes. Easy 2 for 2 rune exchange. And I wouldn't be surprised if 1437 makes his way to the bottom eventually. Leaving Raven as well as Velo to their lonesome in this top lane. But actually, they're keeping the full tri-lane. It looks like they really want to be getting first blood here in this top lane. But this is going to give 458... He has level 1 meta. So I think if he uses that, he should be fine to farm. Hopefully for a little bit by himself. Candy Loon, they're just pulling the wave a little bit closer to them. Toggling that CS. And are we going to see First Blood? They're holding the Slark in place. He's got level 1 in the Essence Shift, so he isn't able to escape with that Dark Pact. But unable to get First Blood in this top lane, 1437. He does rotate to go help 458 out. Actually missing some of those denies. And Barry able to secure one for himself. Don't usually see this versus level 1 Terrorblade. Things not going great here. He popped Metamorphosis. You pop Metamorphosis to secure CS. And all he has is 2 denies. Brewmaster, though, successfully pulling this bottom lane in a second. We're about to see it. And Raven being run down in the trees here. Lance, level 1. He doesn't have the power to be able to hold him in place. Raven does have that stun. Doesn't get this double stun, though. Popping himself, he should be okay. They don't have vision. But he's going to get the full benefit of that. But Mosen maybe a bit out of position now if they want to turn around on him. The Infernal Blade is cooldown, so they don't want to do it. And Velo, he's got level 2. He's looking for his Devour. And is there any better creep here than the Satyr Tormentor? It's just going to make the whole lane so tanky with that bonus 5.5 regen. That's exactly what you're looking for. They do sleep up the line. They have the pounce online on Lance, but I don't think you want to be able to make this. You get the stun. Remember, they do have the Hadouken as well. That'd be a bit more damage with a few more hits into Lance. Able to push him right back now. This top lane, I think, is going to be really tough for the side of Flower. Because, honestly, just because he got that Satyr creep. So let's have a look at how this mid lane's going. It's actually massively DDC favored.
Hello, I'm Gabe Newell.
Freaking hell, and we missed First Blood. It looks like the Bane overextended a bit. Taxed an Infernal Blade as well as a Shockwave, and there's just nothing he can do about it. So yeah, Dendy, this is what we talked about. Using the Nether Toxin, you push out that mid lane, and then he's just going to farm these 2 camps over here. Already 2 points in it. That means it doesn't do so much damage. Do you have to use a second one to farm this, or can you get away with using one? But things do look a lot better for this Razor. But as Dendy gets more points into their Toxin, he will be able to farm faster. I mean, isn't that what my my chat said? I'm pretty sure someone said question mark is DDC. Needs to be careful here, Dendy, with the slow of the unstable current level 1. If he does find him, oh, steals the big creep. 50 gold stolen. Really good job there by Razor, realizing that Dendy not in the mid lane, obviously farming these creeps. And with the boots online, no boots on Dendy, so he'll be able to chase for this statting link. He's honestly so much faster than this Viper. Top lane, are we seeing another kill? It looks like we are. They're able to catch out the Bane again with the Hex as well as the Earthspike. They just have so much to say. I really don't think you can contest Doom when he has the Satyr creep. Especially not with a Slark. Slark, the reason he's not being picked up is his laning space. It's really, really poor. 458 just laying out some damage, but Candy Loon able to clear up into the Oracle. Looks like he overextended a bit. And Barry, he does have the shackles. They have it onto the real Terrorblade. But do they have enough damage? He does have the stick, but no Jungle Brawler. But the E-Shock, they are able to get 2 kills on this bottom lane. While he was metamorphosized, that's really big for the side of Flower Gaming. Terrorblade TPing back in, but I don't think he's going to save his Oracle. This rotation from Mosen, realizing he can't accomplish anything in the top lane other than die, so they're just pressuring this top lane. Lance, he's stolen only 2 agility. They successfully get the stun. He's able to remove it with Dark Pack, but he's already used his stun, so now he's tanked up by the Hex. He's getting affected by the Scorched Earth. I don't think it's been quite enough. They need at least 1 more hit. But Raven there with the stun and the Arcane Rune. So both safe lanes not going great. And DDZ, he's looking for Denny again. I don't think he managed to... No, he did. He did. It looked like he managed to successfully steal that big creep again. Level 6 already on the Razor. So he does have the ultimate if he wants to run down Dendy. Then he does have the boots, so he might be able to escape. But this Razor, he's really going to have to pull something together for the side of Flower Gaming. And 458, it looks like he really doesn't want to sit in this lane anymore. Realizes they do have a lot of kill potential with the Shaman, as well as the Brewmaster. Brewmaster, he just hits so hard. Magic damage, as well as that Drunken Brawler. You're not able to escape, and he is going to crit you right down. 14-37. Because the Terrorblade's gone to the jungle and he doesn't need to sit in lane, they've gone to this top lane. And I think, no, Lance, he successfully pounces away under his tower. But we have hit the 5-minute mark. So they have the catapult wave coming in. He's used his dark pack, so they know he has no way of getting out of this disable. And that's going to be a nice, easy kill. Razor completes this TP, does have the static link. Now using it onto Raven, gonna run him down, being hit by the Iron Storm. I don't think they have anything to be able to break this link just in time. The stun for Raven, it wasn't high enough level, so he's stolen 112 damage, but they do have the disarm. He won't be taking magic damage from that Infernal Blade, but they are able to get their bigger kill of the Razor. Trading your life, TPing into 3 of them, and now this is going to allow Deadly to recover. That's a massive kill on DDZ after that rotation to the top lane. Raven played that amazingly. He wasn't afraid, just waited for his Earth Spike to come off cooldown. That was really heads-up play. Just, honestly, the sustain they have in this top lane with Unholy Aura, they're running the full tri-lane, making sure Lance cannot get anything out of this map at all. And Razor, his TP's on cooldown because he TP'd to that top lane, so it's going to be a while before he's able to get active again. That's just so punishing to TP into a lane and then go to die. Nice use of the Dark Pack, realizing they'll be sitting in the trees, going for that stun. But he's still pursuing here on Velo. Shadow Shaman, thinking of TPing in. Do they have enough damage to be able to kill him? With a double damage from Barry, I still don't think so. Lion caught sitting under the tower. But Oracle gets the full channel of the Fortune's End. So it's tri-lane on tri-lane now with Mosin here. Barry, he doesn't have the shackles. They are coming off cooldown. And he is fed a manga over by Mosin. But just healing himself up on 14-37.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
First tower of the map is probably going to be claimed here by Candy Loon. 458, is he going to go contest? He does have one more Conjure Image, so he's just trying to kill this creep wave in time. But he really needs to be careful. Level 6 is up on the Brewmaster. He is saving the point here. It's worth pointing out, 458. He hasn't leveled into Sunder. If he gets away from this lane, he might put another point into the Metamorphosis, realizing that he just wants to farm. We're coming up to the 8-minute mark in this top lane. He does manage to get disarmed to heal himself a bit on this Oracle. But the last hit, it is more than enough for the Shadow Shaman. Sleep up onto this Lion. He does have the stun coming off cooldown in 1 second. Is he going to turn around to use it? It looks like he's trying to walk away. The stun, it's actually onto the Shadow Shaman. It does connect onto Lance. So Lance is able to get out a fair amount of magic damage. And now Velo, you're strong, but I don't know if you're able to fight up against 2 of them. Lance already 10 agility stolen, but they are successfully able to get the kill. And now Velo, he's fighting up. He's being healed up by the Oracle. But unfortunately, they do manage to get the kill with Barry. That's a really big one here in this top lane. 14-37, just not in there in time with the Purifying Flames. You can see what he was doing. He got the Fate Seedic onto him, but just not able to use those Purifying Flames.
Dire's middle tower is under
Very close, but that was a good engagement in this top lane for the side of Flower Gaming. They successfully got some kills. They didn't manage to get any permanent agility onto Lance, but killing off the Doom, who was having a wonderful time. I think you'll be more than happy with that. I also really like this ward placement here by Flower Gaming. It's just giving the vision of where 458 is farming, as well as this ward in behind the tier 1 tower. So when they want to mount their push, they'll know what's going on. The level 6 on the Brewmaster. This is going to be an easy kill onto Line. He does have the stun, but remember, that's not going to affect the Earth Panda. And actually, they're just throwing him into the air, trying to take down this tower at the same time. So, easy kill with the level 6, but meanwhile, in the top lane, it looks like they're losing even more. Razor does finally make a successful rotation, stolen 91 damage with these phase boots.
middle tower is under attack.
Velo, the only survivor, he did use his Doom, it looks like. But I don't think they were able to get a kill off it. And now, no TP here on Velo, so he might be hiding in the trees, but you're not going to be able to live out of this one. They have the pounce, they have the shackles, and it looks like there's just going to be a long, slow death here for Velo in this top lane. He's so tanky with that Devour, with the Unholy Aura. Is he able to make his way through this? He has a Quelling Blade. He's so fast. Oh my god, Velo, you absolute god. I have no idea how he survived there. Razor, unfortunately, not able to get this bounty in the top lane. Was taken by Raven. Dendi has his level 6 with the Invis Rune. Has he? Wait, sorry. With the level 10, has he? He hasn't taken the point into the spell lifesteal. Ooh, that's greedy as hell. Because what makes you so tanky on this Viper is this 8% spell lifesteal. I really think it's so important to get it at level 10. But I'm not going to criticize Dendi. He must know what he's doing. He must know that he's just focusing on his farming and not fighting them at all, so he doesn't need the regen. That's got to be his thinking here, because he's not fighting. He's just farming the jungle camp. So why do you need to be able to sustain him fights? But Dendi, after that rough laning phase, we're going to switch to net worth. We can see that the Brewmaster is the one having the best time of it all. I wouldn't be surprised that he's gone for this Midas hit over here on Candy Loon. And DDZ, even after that unsuccessful rotation to the top, he's still very close to the top of the net worth on this Razor. Windlace and 20. Holy shit, he has 25,000 gold. I wouldn't be surprised if he buys the Atos straight up here on the Razor. But the Slark, below all three of the carries, actually very close to his Shadow Shaman in farm. This is what we were worried about. Slark's just so easy to pressure in the lane. Dendi completed the Atos, and it looks like Bane is going to pay for it. Tries to save himself with the Nightmare, but easy finger there for Raven. Just start building up these stacks here, and it looks like he is going to go for the first item Agony Scepter on the 4th position Lion. Terrorblade just going to push out bottom lane, and then I assume go to the jungle. Needs to focus this catapult if he doesn't want it doing damage to his tower. And over here, Velo, Doom is off cooldown. He has level 8 to the level 6 of the Slark. But they are rotating this Brewmaster. Brewmaster does have the level 6. Please use your Midas. It's triggering me. He's actually using it on the big creep. For the experience, I guess he wants to rush into that level 3 Brew ulti. Fiend's Grip is successfully onto the Oracle, so he's not able to save anyone. Lion, he's the one being affected by the static. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out of there. Oracle ultimate forced onto himself, but they do have a fair amount of follow-up damage. So Raven sacrificing himself, so they're not able to get the Dendi Viper. But they do have level 6 on the Shadow Shaman, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to mount a push onto this mid lane. Bello pauses and disconnects. Looks like he might have been suffering from some sort of lag. I realize I have to change this option. And this allows you to see what has happened in the chat. Oh god. Omnyoy 897. I can't pronounce your name, man. It's a bit difficult, but thank you very much for the kind words. Doom has reconnected. Let's have a look at this Razor. Someone suggested Radiance, but he's actually rushed to Yule Scepter. Honestly, I think he should have built Atos. I think Atos is so much better than the Yule Scepter on Razor. Firstly, it has a longer range of initiation. You hold people down. You're able to run them. That's just the Yules, because when they're Yules, you are able to steal damage for them when they're in the air, but you're not able to do more damage with the unstable counter and the plasma field. So I'm not sure about this itemization, but I'm pretty sure he'll make it work. He's been playing a great Razor game so far. I'm just telling you guys what my preference is. So they have the Doom, but the smoke reveal here, the Brewmaster, Velo, he does have a TP, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it. Remember, Slark is able to cancel TPs, and with the Shadow Shaman, are they going to have enough damage for this? With the Brew Spit, it looks like they finally are able to bring down this tanky Velo Doom once again. And that's going to be the first stack of permanent agility for our Slark over here. But remember, Brew Split is down. They have vision of this for the side of Flower Gaming. They know Raven's rotating in. They won't be able to get a kill. But what I was talking about is Brew Split is down, so now is the time. Tigers, they really want to try and make something happen. Barry's sitting in the trees here. His TP is off cooldown. But Raven, he finds Barry. Instant Hex as well as the Staff of Wards. He's holding him in place. That's going to be a solo kill for Barry. And now they don't have anything to stop him TPing away. What a great play by the Shadow Shaman. Admittedly, they do have to commit wards for it. But when you're 4th position, killing the other 4th position, I think you're sure as hell are happy. Damn, and I've been praising, you know, how well I think Raven's been playing this 4th position. But able to get off the first Hex there is the Shadow Shaman. They pop the drums, actually. The Atos, it connects onto the Bane. It looks like he's going to be the one they have to settle for with the Viper Strike. Even if you get that Brain Sap off, you're not going to be able to survive. Dendi making the rotations with his Atos count. But I would like to point out this net worth. 458 had a rough laning phase, but he's gone to the jungle and managed to get himself to the top of the net worth. This is what I talked about, the 458 Terrorblade. It's just so impressive. He has rough lanes, but he always manages to recover, always ends up on top. Brewmaster split still on cooldown for 40 seconds. This is where they want to fight, but they found the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman slowed by this poison attack. Easy kill there. And Dendi getting the last hit, 1437. Unfortunately for him, not able to quite snipe it out. Lance is building towards the Shadow Blade that we usually see on Sox, but he is so far behind. I honestly just think this Locke, he's never going to get to that point where he's scary.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And with the ultimate popped out here by 458, Velo, it looks like he's looking for the trees, hoping to find someone contesting it. That's just going to be an easy tier 2 tower, the first tier 2 of the game here for the side of Tigers. On this bottom lane, Raven, he's sitting in the trees. They see the Razor. They get the Hex off, but Bane, he's over here. He does have the Fiend's Grip, but not before they're able to get out the Doom. So it looks like Velo, is he going to be able to chase for more? I don't think they're going to be able to catch this Razor. He's too fast. The Doom it is used, but it doesn't let them a kill on the big target. They have to settle for the Bane. Very lucky use of the Doom there. If he was able to get off the static link and his ultimate on Razor before they got out the Doom, they might have been able to kill off Velo. But everything seems to be going the way of Tigers, now having a 2k net worth advantage. And let's have a look at Dendi. He's almost even with that Razor. He used to be about 1,000 gold behind. But just the level 4 Nether Toxic, it might have been nerfed, but honestly, it just doesn't seem to matter. This Viper able to farm so quick and so fast. Just burning through the clarities. He'll have his Guardian Greaves in about 1,000 gold now. Lance has the Shadow Blade. I think this is when they need to fight. Doom is on cooldown. They have Brew Split. They've caught Velo. They do have the Fiend's Grip. But look at they've got the Shackles down. It's around their shrine, but it's not going to be more than enough. The Shadow Shaman throws down his wards, but that's just going to be extra to farm. Oh, just fighting around this shrine. It's so costly when it's online. The TP's in. The rotations, you're not able to get that kill. Lance, he's revealed the fact that he has a Shadow Blade. So they're not going to be able to get an easy kill for this, and they have to be careful of Raven. So mid lane, Metamorphosis, it is off cooldown once again, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them push for their second tier 2 tower. Serpent Ward's on cooldown. Brew Split is the big ultimate that they do have for the side of Flower Gaming.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And this tower just getting chunked away. They do reveal the Brewmaster, and apparently that is enough to push away the side of Tigers.
Radiant's bottom
For a little bit.
is under attack.
But they're still sitting around this mid lane. Do they want to continue the push? And so they're showing themselves in the mid lane, so they're hopefully able to get a kill here. Velo, he does have Doom. Is he going to be able to get it? Yes, he does. They have the vision over here on Candy Loom, given by the illusion of the Terror Blade. And that's a big pick-off with their big teamfight ultimate down in the Brewmaster. This tier 2 isn't long for this world. Backdoor regen. It will kick in eventually, but not before the Terror Blade is able to slay this tower.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, that was just such a great coordination there from Tigers. Because they didn't have vision for the Brewmaster. They knew their smoke broke, so they knew someone was sitting over here. And so he sent his illusion to give them the vision to be able to use the Doom from the tree line. Oh, and they find the Bane once again. Bane, he's just been having such a rough game. Should we see how many deaths this Bane has suffered? 7 deaths on the Bane already. He's half of the deaths for his entire side. Raven, building into the Ether Lens before the Aghanim Scepter this time. It looks like they just want the added disable that the line is able to give them. Yeah, for anyone wondering why Lance is allowed to play this, remember this isn't a DPC event. It is a Dota 2 event, but it's not an official Valve sponsored one. So that means that Lance is allowed to play. Because Valve don't have any say about who's playing in the tournament. That's why GDZ as well as Lance are able to play. 1437 have a smoke as well as a bunch of walls that he'll want to get onto the map. But 6k advantage for Tigers. And remember, Tigers, they are the ones who are going to win this late game with the Terrorblade. And the fact that they're already 6k ahead, the Flower Gaming, they have an early game lineup. They have a Razor, they have a Slark. But Lance, he was just shut down so hard in the lane. They're smoking up. They're looking for a kill. The Shadowblade, it's coming off cooldown. He instantly goes into it. His smoke breaks. But Dendi, he's not the one you want to find. This guy, he's too tanky. So they successfully get the rune, but they're not going to be able to get a kill off this smoke, I really don't think. Unless they go into Roche. You might be able to take Roche with the Serpent Wards. Is that what they're thinking? But smoke, it is expiring in a few seconds and nothing, no benefit achieved by the side of Flower Gaming. Dendi, Guardian Greaves, as well as going to have a 4-star, so someone will finally be able to break this link from DDZ. Over here in the jungle, they managed to get the Doom onto this Razor. Instantly eliminated. I'm honestly not sure if you needed to use that Doom. But the mid lane is pushing in. They have Metamorphosis once again, as well as a Lincoln Sphere. So you're not going to be able to get that easy disable onto 458. It's blinking in. Here is Bello. But he doesn't have the Centaur Stomp. Nice use of that Sentry to be able to deny the Sentry. And with this Metamorphosis, no Razor. Is he going to buy back for this defense? They pop the Glyph, but Brewmaster, he has managed to complete his Radiance. That is a fairly big item. But he's taking so much damage on the backlines. It looks like Shadow Shaman, he blinked in, but he's just going to drop again. And Brewmaster, he gets the split off just in time. Lance, he comes back. Shadow Shaman buys back. Sunder, they need a Sunder target here for 458. It looks like he's retreating. Dendi affected by the Oracle ultimate. Sunder's onto Slark. The Hex, do they have enough damage to kill the Terrorblade? I think they do. With the Radiance Burn, it's going to be enough. So they do get the big kill there. Dendi thrown up into the air. He's not going to be able to escape from this one. And Mosen is taken down by Oracle, but a great base defense. They didn't have to buy back from their Razor. They are able to kill off the Oracle as well. So 3 big kills. And only 1 buyback on their Shadow Shaman. You'll be very happy with that defense for the side of Flower Gaming. They didn't even manage to finish off this tier 3. The shrines are not exposed. And if we have a look at the fight, you can see that was almost a 2k swing. Closer to 2k than 1k. Flower Gaming fighting back hard here. Terrorblade actually rushed the Lincoln Sphere instead of the BKB. I will show if that was the correct decision here. But honestly, I do think it was a bit aggressive to try and push high ground like that with everyone going in. Because you had Doom on cooldown. I think it should have only been Terrorblade on the front lines. You throw down the Nether Toxin and you just slow siege, get the tier 3, and then deny the map control from the side of Flower Gaming. I think Tigers thought they were a bit more ahead than they were. And maybe now they'll realize that they have to play this game a tiny bit more safe. The Radiance on the Brewmaster, we just saw the work it did in that last fight. What's my MMR, Mr. Caster? That's something we do not talk about, Lepinkask. I'm not a very good mechanical player, but I have the mind for Dota. We don't talk about my MMR. Smoski, stop telling them lies. I'm not Harold. Okay, Lance over here. He sees the Oracle, but over here's Dendi. Are they able to get the kill instantaneously with Lance? It doesn't look like it. He's held in by the Aegis, but he pops his ultimate, so it's not able. But he's being held in place. Dendi, he still doesn't. His 4-star, he used it to be able to get in there. So Razor stolen 166 damage. They're using the ultimate to try and slow down the Razor, but he pops his BKB. Oracle forced to use his ultimate on himself. But this is the 10-second reveal of the BKB from the Razor, as well as Bruce-Lit. More people are coming into this fight. Velo, he does have the ultimate. He tries to lay it down on someone, but he's caught inside the trees. Instant Hex here. Oh, thank you very much, Eritid, for that sub. Thank you for joining Hasbaz's Halfwit. 458 was trying to push that away, but a massive fight for the side of Flower Gaming. They're able to kill off 3. They kill off Dendi and the Doom, and things look to be shifting the way of Flower. 2 bad team fights in a row for the side of Tigers, and a 2.5k swing for the side of Flower. We're going to have a look at these graphs here. You can see things used to be all the way Tigers, but experience as well as win percentage seems to be dipping down back to Flowers. Herald confirmed? And 9k MMR bot, why would you betray me? 9k MMR bot. Why would you tell them everything? So my chat has found out my deepest, darkest secret about my MMR. But does that really matter as long as we're able to enjoy this great game? Tigers, they look so good in the early game, but these most recent fights have been one person getting taken out. Velo thinking he's tankier than he is, not able to get off that Doom. They want to be able to initiate, and they've gone into the Roche pit, but Dire successfully using their scan. Brewmaster ultimate, it is still on cooldown, and they have the vision for this. The instant hex as well as the Doom on the Slark. Save a little bit here by Mauser, but it's not going to be enough with the ultimate. Brewmaster, he's trying to use his spells, but sitting in the Toxin, a big fight there for the side of Tigers. They'll be happy with that. They did use the Metamorphosis, but that just allows them to take Roche faster. I don't have an Australian accent. I have a UK accent. I'm British. So, with Aegis sitting on the Terrorblade, how long is left of Metamorphosis? They actually have a fair while. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for this tier 3 tower. It's sitting fairly low. Slark might not have buyback. But it actually looks like they're not pushing this as hard as I thought they would. I really thought you might try and get this tier 3 tower before the Slark respawns. But with Doom on cooldown, it looks like they are respecting their cooldowns now. They don't want to fight until they have their next Doom, I guess. That was kind of the issue with their last high ground siege from the side of Tigers, and they've learned their lesson. How is Viper doing? He's building a Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb, it is actually really good here because you can purge off the shackles of someone. You can get rid of that Hex, and if you put it on whoever's sieging the high ground, it just means they really don't want to initiate on them. So I like that pickup, that Lotus Orb on Dendi. This is actually a build we've seen for him before, now that I think about it. I've seen him build the Lotus Orb on his Viper before. And it had a really great impact in the last game. It's just so good versus his Shadow Shaman with the single target initiation. Mosen getting an award onto this high ground, so he'll see if anyone is farming the shrine. I'm going to be honest, one thing I feel I haven't seen is any sort of long feed script here from Mosen, just because it's so easy for them to burst him. But it looks like they want to claim their second tower of the game here. But this ward, it's given them the vision, and just as I said, I haven't seen a feed script. A great run there by Mosen. This ward gave them the vision over the Lion, and a very easy kill, and they want to push forward for this tier 2. Tigers, they're the one with the Aegis, and you might think they're the ones looking to get aggressive, but it's just not the case. With this Lion down, they do force them to pop the glyph. It looks like they are going to lose their last tier 2 to this Terrorblade Illusions. And 458 able to successfully take this tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Lotus does remove Hex. Hex is purgeable. It was one of the big changes. I can't remember how many patches ago, but a few patches ago.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So Lance just clearing out this big creep wave. How has this Slark done? He's managed to achieve 4 permanent agility as well as get his full BKB online. Remember, this was a Slark who had almost less farm than his Shadow Shaman at 10 minutes in. He really has recovered a bit. But he's still nowhere near his Razor as well as Candy Loon. This Radiance Midas, he's just farming so well on this Brewmaster. And I'm curious to what he builds. He's gone for the magic resistance so that he takes less damage. I think the finger is really his consideration there, because they have just been able to burst this brew without him getting off his ultimate, and that's something that you really don't want happening in these fights. Wait, Dire going double Radiance? What? No, there's only one Radiance on the Brewmaster. There isn't a second Radiance. Oh, double Raddy Brew. Nah, he was just queuing it up to make a joke. Heralds don't know Radiance stacks. Oh my goodness. Radiance does not stack. Stop debating people up in Skas. Okay, so they have the Aegis, they have Metamorphosis, and they also have Scuddy on 458. This is the siege. They've already taken the tier 3 tower. And now, they haven't popped Metamorphosis. They do have all their ultimates for both sides. But actually just backing off here. How long is left on the Aegis? They only have about a minute left. So if they want to make this push, they have to make it soon. Razor might have been thinking about building a nullifier, but it looks like he sold it and has gone for the Shiva's Guard instead. This is not a double Radiance game. And he would have been he wouldn't have been building a Radiance. He would have been building a nullifier. Because it just stopped them using BKBs, using Manta Styles and that kind of thing. Nullifier is really quite good. Leap in. They managed to get the Doom on top of the Brewmaster. This is what we talked about. He instantly buys back the BKB of Velo. They're going to retreat after that buyback of the Brewmaster. But it's a really big buyback to force because it means if you're able to kill him off once more without the buyback in the perhaps the next siege. Aegis is fading. Only 26 seconds here for 458. This is why they're trying to make it the static link. They're getting so much out of this. At 458, I really think you should try and die because if he kites us out, his Aegis is going to expire in 15 seconds. He is missing a fair amount of damage, missing 262 damage. This Razor must be hitting like a truck Lance using his ultimate, but he runs into this. Is the Aegis going to pop? The Oracle ultimate, the Aegis, it's going to fade. With the Aegis fading, he's put up into the air, the Oracle ultimate. They buy back and no Sunder because the Aegis, they just didn't time the fight properly. Flower Gaming, they knew exactly what they were doing. Tigers, they should have let him drop using that Oracle ultimate. Honestly, cost the Terrorblade his life. And over here, Razor, he's found Raven. Raven, he has the stun, but he's not going to be able to escape with Candy Loon. He's so much faster thanks to that Drunken Baller thrown into the air. Sitting now in the Atos. They don't have their BKBs. Raven, he doesn't have the stun. Will he use his finger before he dies? No, he won't. And now they're looking for more. Velo, he pops his BKB. They are able to kill off the Razor. They didn't manage to get the finger charge, but it looks like Mozart isn't going to be long for this world. And now Dendy, no BKB here on Candy Loon. They blink forward. They slow him down, but the Glimmer Cape, will it save his life? We suffer from a bit of lag. Candy Loon makes it to the high ground safely. So Tigers, they did successfully manage to get a tier 3 and a range racks before the Aegis expired. They did lose their Terrorblade, but I don't think it was that costly. But actually, Dendy, they're diving even further here with Velo. You need to be careful. Razor, he doesn't have buyback, but they force the buyback here. But they have Fiend's Grip. The slow isn't going to be enough to sleep. Mosen, the use there of the Fortune's End to be able to save him. But Dendy, he's caught inside that. They have the Atos. They don't have the Bruce Split. He's trying to get the kill. He will be healing up. But the Fiend's Grip, it's more than enough to be able to kill off the Oracle. And now Velo, he's not long for this world either. That's 2 kills. And while you kill off Velo, you have the sleep. Dendy, the whole side of Tigers just getting too aggressive. 458, he is back. He didn't have to buy back for this. Remember, they bought back Hero Mosen. Do they have the detection? It doesn't look like it, but they know he's not able to get down to low ground, and Glimmer Cape, it has ward off a big kill there on this Bane. He has no buyback. Metamorphosis, they'll have it in 8 seconds, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tigers, they are able to claim the first melee racks of the game. So with Metamorphosis off cooldown, are they going to look for that push? There is a double damage rune. If they're able to find it, that's going to look absolutely great on your Terrorblade. I can't believe Dendy was able to survive that. They did force a whole bunch of buybacks from both teams. We'll actually have a look at the buyback status. And you can see the only ones who have it are the Shadow Shaman, the Slark, as well as Raven on this Lion. They haven't managed to successfully scout out the double damage. Using the Ether Lens, they do successfully get a Hex here onto DDZ. But they don't have any follow-up because no one else is in position. Brewmaster, Candy Loon, he has the ultimate again. It looks like they really want this fight, and they do see both these wards. Candy Loon just going to clear out that sentry. So Lance, full Silver Edge completed on this Slark. What is his next item? He has everything defensive. He's okay going for damage now. It's a bit too late for an Echo Saber, so maybe a Scuddy or a Basher, I think, is the next item here for this Slark. But 6k advantage this game, it feels just like it's neck and neck. You can see the net worth. It was really in Tiger's favor, but they've been playing a tiny bit throwy. And this is a best of 1. If you lose this match, you're going to be out of the qualifiers permanently. Lance, they see where he is thanks to this sentry. So Raven, Ether Lens, as well as the Force Off. Who are they saving the haste for? They're saving it for Raven. He has 4 Figure of Death stacks as well as the GPM talent. I'm really surprised he hasn't managed to make it to his Aghanims. It looks like they really just wanted the 4 staffs to be able to kite the Razor, to be able to kite the BKBs. But Dendy, he's the tanky one. He's the one they're sending to the high ground. They use the Terrorblade Illusion, but they do manage to use the Brewster. He used it before he can be doomed, preemptively walking into the fight. They're using the Brew Illusion to throw the Doom into the air. But now they have the Fiend Script, but the Oracle Ultimate, it breaks the Fiend Tip, but he is sitting inside the wards. Luckily, he has the Fiend Script to be able to get out there. Lance, he's in his Ultimate as well as his BKB form. He just wants to be able to get a kill, but on the back line, they've got the Doom, and that's going to be a dead Razor. Now, looking for more. The Ultimate, it does allow them to get a lot of damage here onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster, no buyback on him. It looks like that might just be the game. Razor, he buys back, but it doesn't save his Slark. It doesn't save his Brewmaster, and they get another catch. Sitting on the high ground is the Shadow Shaman, but you are not long for this one. Dendi getting a triple kill. He's finally put the team on his back where they need to be. The ultimate of 458. He got off a really clutch thunder. And look at this fight recap. A 5k gold swing. 15k advantage now for the side of Tigers. They buy back on the Razor. They buy back on the Slark as well as the Shadow Shaman. But they know there's no Brewmaster. So there's honestly nothing for them to be afraid of from the side of Tigers. And are they just going to look to finish this game with all the buybacks? Also, BKB's worth noting they're on cooldown. Coming off cooldown here on the Razor, but they just pushed so fast. Metamorphosis, it is off cooldown, so they're not pushing as fast as they could be. But if they're able to get any other kill, I think this game is just over. They put the Lotus Order on their Terrorblade. They have the Hex. Do they have the follow-up? They do have the detection. They catch him with their Atos, and they've killed off the Razor. They're probably the biggest core by the side of Flower. Slark, he's tried to fight up, but Lance, he just hasn't been able to achieve anything this entire game. The BKB, it's ticking down. 1 second. Leap forward, Shadow Shaman. They have detection for you. That Glimmer Cape, it's not going to save your Bane. Running back to your fountain, it doesn't matter because GG is called by the side of Flower Gaming. Going through to the best of 3 and the final is Tigers.